Welcome to the History in Focus channel. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss more videos like this one. Actor, singer, and cowboy Terry Ike Clanton wanted to take a photo of a friend in the style of the Old West. For this, he took a black and white photo, not imagining that a sinister figure would appear in the background among the tombstones of an old cemetery. Ed and Lorraine Warren, renowned paranormal investigators, took this image with an automatic camera. It was captured inside the haunted Amityville house in New York. In the photo, a ghostly figure of a boy appears to be looking eerily down an empty hallway. A man entered a primary school in a small rural town that was being demolished and took some photos with his cell phone. In one of these images, it is possible to see what appears to be a child standing still, looking directly at the camera. This photo was taken during a seance in 1912. It is supposedly showing the sudden appearance of a strand of light between the hands of a medium and an ectoplasmic ball emerging from her head. She believed she could contact the spirits of the dead, and the ectoplasm and light strands were signs that ghosts were present. Rumors suggest this disturbing photo appeared on a dark web forum. It came with a warning that it was cursed and should never be printed. The photo shows 4 children wearing eerie masks. What makes the image even more disturbing is that there is a woman hiding behind one of the children. Stefan Michalak, a Polish immigrant, reported an encounter with an unidentified flying object near Falcon Lake in Canada. During the incident, he took photographs of the object, which appeared to have a metallic shape. In 1991, the Chicago Ghost Research Group was gathered in a cemetery in Illinois. Using an infrared camera, the group captured an image that became known as the Bachelor's Grove Cemetery Girl. In 1995, a fire consumed a 90-year-old building in the region, leaving no victims. During the event, one of the residents took a photo. When the film was developed, a mysterious figure, apparently that of a girl, appeared among the flames. A simple teenage selfie, seemingly ordinary, but upon looking at the mirror behind, a frightening figure appears in the reflection. The distorted face and the sinister presence in the mirror raised speculations about the origin of the reflection. Alessandra Guimarães Luiz, a Brazilian teacher, was startled when reviewing photos from her vacation. In one of the images, the ghost of a woman appeared, leaning on a wall and under a lamppost. In 1964, Jim Templeton photographed his daughter in a field in England. When the photo was developed, a mysterious figure appeared in the background, resembling an astronaut. The strangest thing is that no one was present at the location at that time. A group of tourists was on a rural road when they waited for a partner to get the correct directions from a local. They stopped the car, and one of the people decided to take a photo to capture the moment. They noticed nothing strange at the time, but nearly 2 years later, when reviewing the photo, they noticed something mysterious. The image revealed an inexplicable presence. In 2021, in Phillips Park, Manchester, a man who was running early in the morning heard a noise in a tree and aimed his cell phone camera in that direction. The captured image showed a mysterious figure on the tree branch. While some suggested it could be an unknown animal, others speculated about supernatural phenomena. This photo was taken in an old abandoned hospital in Texas. Behind the shoulder of a girl, you can see a mysterious creature lurking. The presence of this enigmatic figure created great tension, especially considering the history of this old hospital, which was often associated with paranormal events. A hospital security camera recorded a frightening scene, what appears to be the figure of a demon positioned over a dying patient. The image quickly spread among the hospital staff, causing panic. At the National Maritime Museum in Greenwich, England, Reverend Ralph Hardy photographed the Tulip Staircase. When the image was developed, a ghostly figure appeared, holding the handrail. Experts analyzed the original negative of the photo and confirmed that it had not been tampered with or manipulated in any way. Historians explain that 300 years ago, a maid was thrown from the top of the stairs and fell 50 feet to her death, which could justify the ghostly presence. In 1997, Denise Russell took a photo of her grandmother during a picnic shortly before her death. However, no one noticed the presence of a man standing behind her for over 3 years. When they finally noticed, the family recognized the figure as Denise's grandfather, who had passed away in 1984. This image shows Catherine Howard, the 5th wife of King Henry VIII, who was executed for adultery in 1542. It is said that she haunts the Horn Room at Hampton Court Palace. Many believe the figure captured in the photo is the spirit of Catherine, wandering the place where she spent part of her life before her execution. In the photo on the left, a couple appears to be posing for a cute photo together. However, upon looking at the woman's reflection in the mirror, a frightening face is seen where the back of her head should be. The identity of the ghostly figure in this photo remains unknown, but it was taken in Alice Springs in the Northern Territory of Australia in 1959. It has been speculated that it could be the spirit of someone watching, or even something more, as it appears the figure is holding binoculars. A group of 4 children posing for a photo, but when observing the image, there appears to be a mysterious thumb next to the child wearing black on the right, which does not seem to align with anyone's body. This type of distortion in the photo is considered by many as a supernatural phenomenon. A woman sitting in a chair, calmly posing for the camera. Behind her, a mirror partially reflects her face, but in a strange way, as the reflection of her head is turned in the opposite direction from where it should be. 2 girls were walking through the city of Manila in the Philippines when they asked a stranger to take a photo of them. When they saw the image, they noticed a mysterious figure holding one of the girls' arms. In 1975, Peter Berthelot visited Worstead Church in northern Norfolk and took a photo of his wife, Diane, sitting on one of the benches. Behind Diane, a ghostly figure shrouded in white and apparently dressed in antiquated clothing was captured. The Loretto Chapel staircase is a largely unexplained mystery. The nuns needed a staircase to access the choir and prayed to Saint Joseph, the patron saint of carpenters. In response, a mysterious man appeared and offered to build the staircase, a task that took several months. When the staircase was completed, he disappeared without receiving payment or thanks and was never seen again. What is most enigmatic is that in the staircase there are no visible supports or nails, and it makes 2 perfect 360-degree turns. In 1946, Mrs. Andrews took a photo at the gravestone of her deceased daughter in Queensland, Australia. When the film was developed, Mrs. Andrews was shocked to see the image of a baby girl looking directly at the camera. The strangest thing is that there were no children in the cemetery that day. The figure with glowing eyes, captured by an emergency medical technician on a rural road. The presence of glowing eyes was related to legends of a local supernatural being, commonly mentioned among the population. 3 boys were walking carelessly and decided to take a photo. After positioning the camera and setting it to take the photo, several strange figures appeared in the background of the image. At first glance, the photo appears to show an direction. It is possible to notice a curious face resting under the pillow in the foreground on the left. The presence of the mysterious face generated speculation and mystery, with some people suggesting it was a supernatural apparition. Chinese archaeologists made an incredible discovery while exploring an ancient tomb, a small piece of jewelry sealed for over 400 years. The watch was stopped at 10:06, which sparked the curiosity of researchers and conspiracy theorists. The mystery deepened when the inscription "Swiss" was found, suggesting the object could have belonged to a time traveler. At the end of the 20th century, it was discovered that there were 2 enormous pyramids at the bottom of the Bermuda Triangle, constructed from a material of extraordinary glass-like density. The fact that these structures are located in an area known for mysterious phenomena sparked great curiosity, often associated with alien intervention. In 2003, in an abandoned village in the Atacama Desert, Chile, researchers discovered a tiny skeleton measuring 6 inches in length. After DNA analysis, it was concluded that it was unclassifiable, meaning it did not match any known species. Photographer Neil Sandbach was taking photos around a farm in Hertfordshire, England, when he captured a surprising image. Upon reviewing the digital photo later, Neil was in shock, as he was certain he had not seen any children walking around the farm that day. Photographers were visiting Rainham Hall Castle in Norfolk, England, to take photos for Country Life magazine when they captured the image of the original lady of the house, Lady Dorothy Townsend, descending the stairs. One of the photographers witnessed the apparition with the naked eye before managing to raise the camera and capture it. This photo, taken by Reverend Lord in 1963 at Newby Church in North Yorkshire, is another mysterious image that surprised many. The photo shows a figure dressed in dark clothing standing next to the church altar. Archaeologists discovered an 800-year-old mobile phone during an excavation in Fuschl am See, Austria. The device, covered in symbols, resembles an ancient Nokia mobile phone. This discovery sparked great curiosity and speculation, with some people believing the object could have been brought to Earth by aliens. The photo of the Nazca geoglyphs in Peru shows impressive giant figures engraved on the desert floor that can only be fully seen from the air. Some theories link these complex shapes to alien activity, suggesting that the drawings could have been made or inspired by extraterrestrial beings. In 1891, a photo was taken in the Abercromby Library in England, showing the image of a man sitting in a chair. It is believed that the captured spirit is that of Lord Combermere, who was being mourned at the time the photo was taken. This is a photo showing a phenomenon that occurs every day at dawn on a mountain in Sri Lanka called Adam's Peak. The mountain casts a perfectly triangular shadow, even though the shape of the mountain itself is not triangular. That is Adam's Peak. This fascinating phenomenon has intrigued both scientists and locals, who consider the shadow formation a natural mystery. This photo shows the inauguration of the Gold Bridge in Canada in 1941. Among the crowd, there is a man dressed in a completely atypical way for the fashion of the 1940s. You can see a t-shirt with a 21st century style logo and a portable camera in his hands. He is said to be a time traveler, captured in a photo. Terrace formations were found near the island of Yonaguni, Japan, by divers in 1986. The underwater formations are arranged in large clusters, with some reaching up to 5 stories in height. Artifacts were found, proving the presence of people in these areas. If we assume that these formations are artificial, they belong to pre-glacial civilizations. The mystery surrounding Yonaguni continues to fuel debates about ancient civilizations, with theories suggesting that these structures could be remnants of a culture much older than previously thought. In the 1930s, American psychic Edgar Cayce claimed that the ruins of the lost city of Atlantis would be found in Bimini. In September of 1968, more than 2,000 feet of limestone blocks arranged in an orderly fashion were found in the sea north of Bimini. The chain of blocks is called the Bimini Road. After increasing the brightness of an image taken of a deer, a man in Florida was startled by what he saw: the image of a ghost petting a deer. Such phenomena are often interpreted as manifestations of spirits of loved ones or entities connected to nature. The eerie image shows Mary Lee, a nurse who hanged herself in a hospital in Kentucky in 2006. The story tells that this woman was impregnated by a doctor working at the hospital. The figure captured in the photo further fuels legends about the spirit of Mary Lee, who many believe still haunts the hospital. This photo in Sefton Church, Liverpool, England, clearly shows a man dressed in a black uniform, believed to be the former minister of the church. There were only 2 photographers in the church on the day the photo was taken, and neither remembers seeing a physical figure standing at that moment. These photos, taken through a window in Colorado, show what many believe to be a Bigfoot. What makes this image even more intriguing is the location, as Colorado is a region associated with sightings of mysterious creatures. The photos capture a large, furry figure, seemingly moving stealthily. This photo was taken in an empty hallway in Savannah, Georgia. The image, captured in a seemingly normal location, shows an inexplicable presence in the hallway. Savannah is famous for its ghost stories and is considered one of the most haunted locations in the United States, with many visitors reporting encounters with the supernatural. In September of 2023, the remains of a supposed non-human being were displayed during a press conference about unidentified flying objects at the Legislative Palace in San Lazaro, Mexico City. The presentation generated great belief that the remains could belong to an extraterrestrial creature. In the Hessdalen Valley in Norway, mysterious lights appeared in the sky, defying scientific explanations. This phenomenon, known as the Hessdalen lights, shines and moves unpredictably, generating theories about its origin, ranging from atmospheric reflections to possible extraterrestrial visits. The petroglyphs of Val Camonica, Italy, have been interpreted by proponents of the ancient astronaut theory as depictions of astronauts. These figures show human-like forms with features that some believe resemble modern spacesuits. Aerial views of crop circles in Switzerland raise discussions about their origins, with alternative theorists suggesting obscure natural causes or even alien origins. The circles, which mysteriously appear in crop fields, have sparked speculation for decades. The image shows crop circles in the United Kingdom. Some theorists claim that the precision and complexity of certain circles cannot be explained by human methods, suggesting they could be the result of interactions with alien technology. The intersection of a road with a rail south of San Antonio, Texas, was the scene of a tragedy where several children lost their lives in an accident. Surprisingly, in one of the photos taken by a security camera, the figure of a girl holding a teddy bear appeared. The photo, taken on July 12, 2019, shows what many believe to be a spiritual face behind Jackson Van Dyke in an old cemetery. The phenomenon is even more intriguing because, at the moment the photo was taken, Jackson confirmed there was no one near him. In 1950, Evelyn Trent photographed a disc-shaped object flying over her farm in McMinnville, Oregon. The image, captured along with her husband, quickly became one of the most famous UFO photographs. In 1942, searchlights and anti-aircraft artillery were directed at an unidentified flying object over Los Angeles. The incident, known as the Battle of Los Angeles, occurred during World War II when the United States was on alert for possible enemy attacks. An anonymous woman sent images of a creature resembling a monkey to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Department, along with a note explaining that the animal appeared in her backyard for several nights in a row. Alien hunters claim to have found evidence of life on Mars in photos taken by the Curiosity rover. They highlight shapes or patterns in the images captured by the probe that, to them, suggest the presence of organisms or artificial structures on the red planet. Meteorites found on the surface of Mars may contain fossilized evidence of life, which could be investigated by current and future rovers on the red planet. Some scientists believe that if these meteorites contain microfossils or signs of alien activity, it could be groundbreaking. An impressive film captured what many believe to be a ghost on the Gettysburg battlefield. The video shows a spectral figure wandering the historic site, where intense clashes took place during the American Civil War. The bones on Mars became one of the most discussed topics with the arrival of high-resolution images sent by the Curiosity rover. Among the most discussed images is one from Curiosity that apparently shows a thigh bone on the surface of Mars, sparking much speculation about the possibility of extraterrestrial life. One of the most legitimate ghost photos was taken in the lobby of the Stanley Hotel. The image, which shows a ghostly figure, has generated much debate and fascination, especially because the Stanley Hotel is known for its history of paranormal activity. Advertised as UFO lights, this photograph from 2011 over Liverpool, England, actually documents a series of lights arranged in a strangely unnatural configuration. The lights, aligned peculiarly in the sky, sparked speculation about the presence of an extraterrestrial craft. This photo was taken at a wedding. No one had noticed the face of a man in the mirror to the right of the women until she pointed it out. No one knows who he is, nor did anyone see him at the wedding. This photo of a ghost from the early 20th century, taken of a beautiful Queen Anne-style bureau, was made at the request of a furniture merchant by Montague Cooper, a renowned and respected photographer of the time. Cooper was left without an explanation when he noticed the translucent hand that seemed to rest near the top of the bureau. This photo shows two sinister ghosts in an empty exhibition room at a museum. In late 2018, in Bethnal Green, East London, grandmother Jane Cunningham took some photos of her family in front of the museum. In the background of the photo, two women appear staring eerily at the camera. During the mid-1990s, a tourist visiting a cave in Ras Al Khaimah took a photo showing a strange creature in the cave. After the click, they heard a boy scream coming from inside the cave. They reported the incident to the police, who investigated the area. Upon searching the cave, the police found a human body. In Norway, in November 2009, a mysterious light appeared in the sky, causing panic and leaving the local population apprehensive. The phenomenon, which seemed to involve a luminous spiral, caught everyone's attention. Initially, the Norwegian government suggested that Russia was testing missiles, but the Russian government denied this claim. The luminous spiral, which seemed to move in the sky, generated speculation about its origin, with some people believing it could be an alien spacecraft. The mystery surrounding the event continues to fascinate and fuel theories about visits from other worlds. In Point Pleasant, West Virginia, several people reported seeing a winged humanoid creature with glowing red eyes, known as the Mothman. The creature was associated with a series of mysterious events and even disasters, including the collapse of a local bridge. These circles are circular stone structures located in the Syrian desert and are believed to be at least 2,000 years old. An archaeologist working in the area commented that it is possible to distinguish a vague pattern on the ground, but to see the structures clearly, one needs to rise to at least 100 feet in height. The Mekong River in Thailand has been the scene of many sightings of luminous balls emerging from the water. Witnesses claim to have seen fireballs rising high into the sky before disappearing. Many believe the phenomenon may be linked to alien activity. One of the most famous religious apparitions of all time, Our Lady of Zaytun, was observed in 1968. The first person to see the luminous figure of Mary was a Muslim bus mechanic who initially mistook her for a woman about to jump off the roof. The police investigated the location and found no one on the roof. An interview with a man who claimed to be the former scientist from Lockheed Martin, Boyd Bushman, surfaced shortly after his death in August. In it, he notably details his work at Area 51 and interactions with aliens, including photos such as the one shown above. The most striking part is that Bushman claims that more than a dozen aliens currently work for the U.S. government. This ghostly shadow was captured on Google Maps while a user was browsing through Chernobyl. The image shows a sinister shadow in a deserted area near the site of the nuclear disaster, sparking speculation about the presence of a supernatural spirit in the region. Sculpted into the limestone slope, the White Horse of Cher Hill is the second oldest among the iconic horse figures of Wiltshire. Many believe it was made by aliens due to its enormous scale and the precision of the sculpture, which seems to have been made using advanced techniques. Taken in 1964, the infamous Le Cirque photograph shows a swirling black mass underwater, which many compared to a giant tadpole. The image, captured by an amateur photographer in a lake, generated great curiosity and speculation about what this strange form could be. South of Mexico lies the Island of the Dolls. It is said that a young girl drowned on the island, and sometime afterward, a doll surfaced. From there, the tradition of hanging dolls in the trees began to appease the girl's spirit. Over the years, visitors have reported inexplicable feelings of presence and even sightings of dolls moving by themselves. The spirit of a tall woman, dressed in a long white gown, was widely reported at the Degsobel Hotel Spa. The hotel, located in Romania, is surrounded by rumors of hiding an ancient Roman treasure, and it is believed that the ghost appears to protect the treasure from relic hunters. This image was taken by Guy Winters and his friends, who were investigating paranormal reports about an abandoned house in the area. The photo shows a ghostly woman surrounded by pink light. Several disturbing incidents of ghostly and poltergeist activity were reported by management, staff, and customers of Godfather's Pizza Restaurant in Ogden, Utah, between 1999 and 2000, which led to an investigation by Utah Paranormal Exploration and Research, which took this photo. This ancient object, displayed at the Larco Museum in Lima, belongs to the Moche culture and is known as the pendant disc or galactic disc. Although its exact meaning is uncertain, some theories suggest it could graphically represent a spiral galaxy, interpreted as a message left by ancient astronauts for the Moche ancestors. While browsing Google Street View, a Tumblr user came across a strange figure of an alien on a balcony. If you're curious, the location is 8 Rue Docteur Grandjean, Nancy, Meurthe-et-Moselle, France. The Devil's Kettle Falls in Minnesota has puzzled geologists for generations. Located on the northern shore of Lake Superior, the falls exhibit an intriguing phenomenon. A river splits into a rocky formation, while one flow cascades down a stone embankment and continues as a normal waterfall. The other disappears into a deep hole and vanishes, seemingly forever. Images of a United States Navy airplane showing an apparent interaction with a UFO were made public in April of 2020. The video, originally recorded in 2004, shows an unidentified flying object moving erratically and quickly, defying known laws of physics. The man to whom the arrow is pointing in the photo was not physically in the room when the photo was taken. He is a complete apparition, a mysterious figure that appears in the image but was not present at the moment of capture. This photograph was taken by a crew 2 days after the funeral of Freddie Jackson, a member who died in an airplane propeller accident. When the photo was developed, a ghostly figure appeared in the background, and all crew members recognized the image as Freddie Jackson. During Robert Ferguson's speech at a spiritualist convention in Los Angeles in 1968, a photograph was captured showing the speaker with a ghostly figure beside him. Later, the specter was identified as his brother, Walter Ferguson, who died in 1944 during World War II. At the end of 2017, a mother took an adorable photo of her daughter playing with a balloon. But upon reviewing the photo, she was shocked to discover the reflection of a person in the balloon her daughter was holding. Alice Budd immediately identified the woman as her deceased great-grandmother. Swedish scientists revealed the results of a seabed search for aliens. The Ocean Explorer team stated that this image shows drag marks of 1,000 feet around an unidentified object, possibly flying. The photo appears to be a simple image of a cat, but upon closer inspection, something strange catches the eye. Above its head in the sky, the stars form an unusual circular pattern. This formation could be the presence of an alien spacecraft. The Eye of the Sahara is a nearly perfectly circular formation and is absolutely massive, about 31 miles in diameter. Although geologists are unsure how to classify or interpret this formation, some theorists claim that the Eye of the Sahara is the lost city of Atlantis. The Menger Hotel, a historic hotel built in 1859 near the Alamo, is known for reports of being haunted. The image appears to show a child dressed in red walking, with a dark figure behind her. However, Felicia claims that, when she took the photo, there was nothing there. In 1959, Mabel Chinnery visited her mother's grave in a British cemetery and took a photo of her husband, who was waiting alone in the car. When Mabel developed the film, she and her husband were surprised to see a person sitting in the back seat of the car. Mabel immediately recognized the figure as her mother. A woman took this photo in the attic of an abandoned house in the town where she lives. At first, no one noticed anything strange, but after some time, everyone was shocked. Looking at the bench to the left of the photo, it is possible to see an apparition. A man from Perth believes he captured incredible evidence of a ghost when a camera recorded a strange specter moving across his yard. The ghost seemed to move rapidly between the cars, as if dancing. The story of the SS Watertown ghosts tells of two sailors from the ship's crew who, after dying in an accident at sea, were buried in the ocean. On one such occasion, a photo was taken, and the image captured what appeared to be the figures of the two sailors still aboard the ship. NASA's Curiosity rover captured a mysterious image from the depths of the Martian desert. In the photograph, a strange light can be seen emanating from the opposite side of the valley, leaving everyone on Earth perplexed. The image generated great speculation, as there was no justification for a supposedly uninhabited planet to be emitting such light. In the top right corner of this photo, a figure can be seen that apparently resembles someone who had recently been buried nearby. Later, a stonemason contacted the person who took the photo and said he recognized the face as that of a person he had seen in a coffin at the church. A Paleolithic rock painting dating back to 13,000 BC, found in France, seems to depict a UFO. The fact that it resembles a UFO continues to fuel theories about alien visits in the distant past. Some time ago, the Popocatépetl volcano erupted, and several television stations went to cover the events. During the recordings, one of the cameras captured a cylindrical-shaped object entering the volcano at an impressive speed. The object collided with the lava at thousands of degrees. The surgeon's photograph, taken in 1934, is one of the most famous images associated with the Loch Ness Monster. It shows a large creature with a long neck emerging from the water. The photo was taken by a surgeon who claimed to have captured a rare moment of the monster. Many believe this enigmatic image is sufficient evidence that Bigfoot is more than a myth. The image has become one of the biggest points of debate among enthusiasts of the phenomenon, as it is possible to clearly see something moving near the trees. During the Dyatlov incident, the victims died in strange ways after inexplicably leaving their tents, unprepared and without clothing. What made the situation even more mysterious was their seemingly irrational behavior before their deaths, leading to speculations about a possible paranormal phenomenon. The Cretan hieroglyphs are a writing system used in early Bronze Age Crete during the Minoan era. The Cretan hieroglyphs have not yet been deciphered, remaining a mystery for archaeologists and linguists. During a visit to the Fleet Air Arm Station in England, a woman asked to have her photo taken while sitting in a retired helicopter that had participated in the Falklands War in 1982. In the photo, what appears to be the figure of one of the pilots is seen beside the woman. In August 1977, Dr. Jerry R. Amon detected an unusual radio signal while working on a project at the Ohio State University Radio Telescope. The signal was so strong and strange that he transcribed his surprise with the simple word, "Wow," which became the name of this mysterious signal. The photo shows Janet, an 11-year-old girl, levitating in the air. Peggy Hodgson, her mother, called the police and the media to report what was happening in the house. A police officer who returned to the location confirmed seeing a chair slide across the floor by itself, and no one had touched it. The Mars monolith is a rectangular object discovered on the surface of Mars. The Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter took photos of it from orbit, approximately 180 miles away. The discovery sparked much speculation and curiosity, with some suggesting that the monolith could be an artificial structure. There is a crater with an otherworldly appearance in Siberia that has yet to be explained. This enormous crater, nicknamed Patum, is a hill 520 feet wide and 139 feet tall, composed of broken limestone. Some locals call it the Eagle's Nest and believe the area is associated with death. The script of the Indus Valley, which remains undeciphered, and the exact rules of the ancient Egyptian board game Senet are ancient mysteries whose understanding may never be achieved due to the age of the records and the lack of sufficient evidence. These mysteries continue to intrigue archaeologists, linguists, and historians who attempt, without success, to decode the secrets of these ancient civilizations. The Voynich manuscript is an illustrated codex handwritten in an unknown script called Voynichese. The origins, authorship, and purpose of the manuscript are still debated, but scholars currently lack sufficient translations and context to properly assess it. The Toys R Us store in Sunnyvale, California, is known to house a spirit named John. During a TV filming for the show, That's Incredible, an infrared photo was taken at the location, and surprisingly, the figure of a man appeared leaning against the wall. In 1976, NASA sent its first aircraft to Mars, the Viking Eye Orbiter, which took a photo showing what appeared to be a human face emerging from a large mountain. The image generated great speculation and fascination, with many believing it could be an ancient sculpture created by extraterrestrial beings. During a mission of the American Space Shuttle to the International Space Station in 1998, a photograph of a strange black object outside Earth's atmosphere was captured. Some scholars claimed that the dark mass was of alien origin. The Carroll A. Deering was an American schooner that became famous as a ghost ship. In 1921, it was found abandoned, with no crew aboard. The kitchen was full of food, but the logbook was missing, along with personal belongings, the anchor, and navigational devices. In late 1922, the investigation was halted without an official conclusion. The mystery surrounding the disappearance of the crew and the inexplicable circumstances that led to the abandonment of the ship continues to intrigue to this day. The case of the sailing stones in Death Valley has generated much mystery and fascination among researchers. For a long time, it was believed that strong winds were responsible for moving the stones. Other theories suggested the influence of magnetic fields or even alien intervention. Several mysterious circles have appeared scattered across the Namibian desert. Scientists have failed to provide logical explanations for what these circles represent. Speculation about a possible connection to UFOs still persists in the minds of many people. On December 20th, 1980, Jean Hilliard was driving to her parents' house through the snowy Lengby, Minnesota, when her car fell into a ditch. She decided to walk to a nearby friend's house, but she lost consciousness due to excessive cold and lay in the snow for 6 hours until she was found. When Jean was taken to the hospital, she showed no vital signs, and her skin was so stiff that it was impossible to administer an injection. The doctors were convinced she was dead. However, after some time, Jean began to move slightly. 3 days later, she started moving her legs, and within 6 weeks, she was considered completely healthy. In 1997, thousands of people witnessed strange lights of varying descriptions. The first was a triangular formation of lights that passed through the state, and the second consisted of a series of stationary lights seen in the Phoenix area. At first glance, it seems there is nothing wrong with this photo. But upon looking again, you will see a tall, dark figure in the top left corner. This photo was taken during a Coventry Freeman Society event, where all attendees had their heads bowed. However, no one at the event was seen wearing that style of clothing. Most public theories about what the X-37B did during its continuous 2-year flight revolve around espionage and national security. However, there are also those who believe the spacecraft was searching for aliens, taking control of abandoned alien bases on other planets, or flying around communicating with extraterrestrials. This photo tells the story of 2 four-legged friends. The dog on the left had a much larger friend, appearing on the right. When the little one passed away, it was later photographed, seemingly appearing with its friend, coming from beyond the spiritual world. In 1929, a group of historians found a surprising map drawn on the skin of a gazelle. Subsequent research revealed that it was a genuine document created in 1513 by Piri Reis, a famous admiral of the 16th century Turkish fleet. Jody Carman from Norfolk Ghost Hunters claims that the photograph was taken moments after they heard a series of knocking sounds, even though everyone was standing still. Ghost hunters claim the image shows the figure of a man's head and shoulders. NASA's Perseverance rover discovered leopard spots on a reddish rock nicknamed Chayava Falls in Mars's Jezero crater in July of 2024. Scientists believe these spots may indicate that billions of years ago, chemical reactions in this rock could have supported alien life. The Magnolia Hotel in Seguin, Texas, was built in 1840 and is known to be haunted by several different spirits. Many people who visited the location claim to have captured photos of inexplicable ghostly figures. In a 22 hearing about unidentified aerial phenomena, Deputy Director of Naval Intelligence Scott Bray shared an image from the Navy of a UAP captured during naval exercises on the U.S. East Coast. The image was obtained through night vision glasses and a single-lens reflex camera. A crater 8 miles in diameter is being filled by the Medusa Fossae Formation on Mars. The fact that this crater is gradually being filled by the Medusa Fossae raises questions about geological processes on Mars, possibly related to ancient volcanic activity. A crater on the planet Ceres sparked speculation that it might contain evidence of an alien civilization. When NASA's Dawn probe captured images of the crater, some people believed they saw structures or patterns that could suggest artificial activity. Some ghost hunters captured the image of a spirit in the window of a hospital during an investigation. The image further fueled the legends about spirits wandering the halls of this hospital, making it an intriguing case for those interested in the supernatural. An Irish high school captured a ghost on its security cameras. Deer Park CBS in southern Cork released a video on YouTube showing mysterious occurrences at night. First, strange flashes appear in the distance, followed by cabinets shaking and equipment being knocked over. Although blurred, the image shows the head and possibly the hand of a man manifesting from a white mist. The photo was taken while the group of tourists was leaving and no physical person was in front of the door. The headless woman is a mysterious figure who, according to reports, appears unexpectedly, especially in old theaters. Many believe she haunts her favorite location, appearing without warning, often frightening those present. The Whaley House in San Diego is known for its supernatural activity. Built in 1856 by Thomas Whaley, the site was previously used for executions, including that of Yankee Jim Robinson, convicted of theft. Many visitors claim to hear sounds, smell odors, and see apparitions, fueling the mystery of its connection to the site's dark past. According to the UFO Sightings Daily website, the anomaly in this image would be a kind of spacecraft orbiting very close to the Sun. The extreme proximity to the Sun would require advanced technology to withstand the extreme conditions. So many theorists suggest that if it were an alien ship, it would be using some form of unknown technology to survive near such a massive star. In recent months, ufologists have pointed out several cases of strange things appearing in live video transmissions from the International Space Station, such as the spherical object in this image, which appears for a few minutes before the transmission is cut. One such incident occurred during a spacewalk, where you can hear the desperate audio of astronauts shouting, "What is that?" Shortly after the Philae lander from the Rosetta mission touched the surface of a comet, an anonymous ESA informant sent an email claiming that the comet was not actually a comet and that the Rosetta mission was aimed at contacting extraterrestrials through an encounter with a spacecraft disguised as a large rock. This image was released by NASA, and it supposedly shows a castle on the moon. You can see 6 or 7 towers arranged in a specific geometric pattern. The sharp shadow indicated they were cone-shaped or pyramid-shaped. One of the towers measured an impressive 700 feet. A UFO blog with a Belgian domain highlighted what seems to be a lateral petroglyph on a rock, captured in a photo sent by the Curiosity rover on Mars. They suggested that the markings on the rock closely resemble inscriptions found on columns in ancient Egypt. In 1872, near Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire, a black stone egg about 4 inches tall, with images carved on its surface, was discovered. The Stone of Mystery, as it came to be known, was quickly classified as a marvel of the scientific world due to its enigmatic inscriptions and unusual appearance. The Pataleshwar Cave Temple is a rock-cut temple dating back to the 8th century. It is located in the state of Maharashtra, India. The mystery lies in how this cave was sculpted from a giant hill, from top to bottom, without the use of advanced technology. In June of 1992, a resident named Wu Anai decided to pump water from one of the locally known caves, revealing the first of many artificial sanctuaries in the region. After pumping, several sculpted stelae were noticed, confirming his idea that these were not natural reservoirs. The discovery indicated the existence of an ancient civilization that had created these caves for a specific purpose. A 15th century medieval painting has caused great excitement among alien hunters, as it appears to show a UFO and strange creatures. The artwork is considered by conspiracy theorists as proof that extraterrestrials have been visiting our planet for hundreds of years. A photo from NASA revealed what many interpreted as a frog astronaut during the launch of the Minotaur 5 rocket, which was carrying the Lady spacecraft to the moon. This apparition sparked speculation and theories that the frog might have come from space. During a nighttime tour at Waverly Hills Sanatorium, a visitor took a photo in a dark room. Upon increasing the brightness and contrast of the image, he noticed a sinister figure in the background. While studying the open landscape of the Amazon rainforest, scientists noticed several carvings on the ground, geoglyphs. Experts discovered 450 geoglyphs in northern Brazil and Bolivia. The oldest geoglyphs are between 3,000 and 3,500 years old. The main theory suggests that these constructions were meant for community gatherings, discussions, and ritual practices. These geoglyphs provide an intriguing glimpse into the ancient civilizations that inhabited the region, showcasing the complexity of their social and religious practices. This image was taken by the Apollo 17 mission during its final flight to the moon. Initially cataloged by NASA as blank, the photo seemed to lack significant details. However, upon retouching the image and increasing the contrast, structures resembling pyramids emerged, sparking speculation about their origin. During the Apollo 17 mission in December 1972, the astronauts took several photos with Hasselblad cameras. One of these photos, initially classified as overexposed, revealed the outlines of two triangular structures resembling the pyramids of Giza. While touring the historic House of the Seven Gables in Salem, Massachusetts, Lisa took this photo. The ghostly image of a small boy seems to be standing among the bushes, peeking over the wooden fence. A ghost hunter recorded what he considers to be the best evidence yet of a spirit near an abandoned mill. He claims the footage shows a silhouette appearing on a small bridge leading to one of the ruined mills on the site. The image sparked great curiosity as the mysterious figure seems to cross the bridge, increasing speculation about the presence of supernatural entities in that area. A chilling image of a dark, human-like apparition walking through the beer garden of a pub in Keswick was captured by security cameras. The owner and staff of the Twa Dogs Inn on Penrith Road were shaken by the footage and believe what was captured is a ghost. An electron microscope scan shows a diatom frustule, possibly representing a species of Nitskia, which some scientists claim is evidence of alien life in space. This theory suggests that the diatom may have originated on another planet. This fragment of a diatom was found at a high altitude. The discovery sparked speculation, as some theories suggest the fragment could have traveled from space. A research team from the University of Sheffield claims that fragments like this could have come from outer space. The theory suggests that microscopic particles, such as diatom fragments, may have been transported to Earth through meteorites or other cosmic phenomena. When the Coopers moved into their new home in Texas in the 1950s, they took a family photo in the dining room to mark the occasion. When the photo was developed, a frightening image appeared on the left side of the frame, what appeared to be a floating body falling through the ceiling.